right, here we go. Class 2. Express, Miss Gallo, Blue Max. You've got the whole group ready to go. Got American Spirit, 27-foot Magnum. Coming up, an old race boat and very fast race boat. Miss Gallo alongside Express, ready to hit it. Seahawk and Blue Max. It appears they're trying to get on the other side of the large ship. Jay's getting them all lined up. He's got his hands up. Start. All right, we've got ourselves a start. Here they go. Look at that American Spirit. He seems to be able to hold up with the rest of those cats, at least for a moment here. The Seahawk looking very good. Blue Max on the outside. And the Express boat coming on. Luke Cooper is now checking his drive. Somebody is in the water. They seem to be, they might have a prop problem. Whatever it is, they've got the equipment out. And not quite sure what's going on yet. What a shame for Lou. Being in his own hometown, he was quite excited about this race. His boat is extremely fast. I hope they're able to get it together. It's a long way from being over, the boat race being over at this point in time. All right, here we go with Class 3. They're coming at us, a big class, quite a fleet of boats. What a tight formation. They look beautiful coming down the river with the Ambassador Bridge in the background. This is going to be some race today for Class 3. It's hard to tell who's going to be out in front or has any advantage at this point in time. Look at them come. What a beautiful sight. Cruiser boat holding out in front. Sheer Terror not far behind. They all seem to be pacing each other. The M class, as you can see, is a very large class, and it's going to be quite a race out there today. They are moving and quite close. It seems to be a two-tiered race right now. Here we go with Class 4. Looks like a good start. Like 15 or 16 boats down there getting off to a very good start and certainly very even. The flag is about to be dropped. All right, you've got yourself a start. The green flag has gone down. And look at that sight. This is Class 4, the P class, as it's called, production. Very evenly matched and very quick. You've got some new hulls out there. That new Triton is out in front. It's a new type of hull to the P class and certainly to offshore racing. It's holding an early lead. The Cougar twin-engine outboard on the far outside doing very well. Very nice start. Here comes the Class 4 boats passing beneath us right now, and they look beautiful. What a sight. They seem to be picking the sides of the freighter that they're going to go by and have fanned out. And here we are. Michelob Light number 6 out in front. Running right alongside of it is the collection boat. And close behind is the Favor Shoe boat. Beautiful sight, the 3 cats running there. And that's Tom Gentry driving Michelob number 6 with Sammy James at the throttle. They all seem to be pacing themselves. Joe Rodriguez and Jack Studeville in the collection right alongside. And George Morales running in Favor number 13, keeping a watchful eye on the 2 leaders. Very close, very tight, as they're taking the leg back to the river. We're running down the channel right now, about midway around the lake lap. Favor's boat looks very, very good. George Morales seems to be doing an excellent job. Hold it together, George. Bobby Idoni at the throttles. They're well trimmed, and they seem to be just pacing themselves, keeping an eye on the 2 cats with the Arneson drives. They're racing a smart race right now. George Morales has a 2nd point victory, which gives him 300 points. He must finish. The 2 boats in front of him, Tom Gentry has no points at this time, and neither does Joe Rodriguez. So at this point, they're probably running a very smart position right now if they can just keep them in sight. This is the first time for Joe Rodriguez and Jack Studeville in a national offshore race with this boat, and it's doing very well. Looks very good. Attitude's good. They've got it trimmed well. It's running very light onto the water. Michelob Light, always looking good. Tom Gentry doing a beautiful job, and Sammy James not letting anybody getting around him. These 2 boats are identical. The only difference, one is wood and the other one's aluminum. Ah, this is nice. Look at these 2 people. Put it on. Jack Studeville, never to be outdone, running right up alongside. One boat, the Michelob Light boat, is a wooden catamaran, where the collection boat is the carbon copy in aluminum. They both have KS&W motors, and they both have Arneson drives, and they're moving. We're coming up to checkpoint number 9. Just before we enter the river, they're running neck and neck. It looks like Jack is going to give it a little bit more throttle to be right alongside Sammy as they pass this check boat. Tom Gentry, you're getting a ride today. Mike Drury is here with us from New Orleans. This is the boat, by the way, that Al Copeland won the race in last year. This is the defending boat. This is the Italian entry, boat number 37, Etios, driven by David Wilson. Stan Pike's in the boat, and Francesco Pazienza, an Italian entry, running in the boat. This boat has come over from Italy. He's getting a taste of American run water. Running nicely, but well back from the fleet. I think these fellows are used to running in much heavier water. A very well-constructed boat, by the way, and designed for very heavy running water. An all-aluminum CUV monohull. Still Crazy, M111, doing very well. Looks very good, trimmed well. This is a 30-foot velocity with Richard Fulham, Steve Stepp, and Mike Papa. He is looking very well, and he's holding his own with the rest of the fleet. We appear to have a 4-boat race in the M class. This is their one large lake lap. We're out in Lake St. Clair. We're heading for turnboat number 6. Bobby Shear from Delray Beach. This is a 30-foot Flight Marine Cat with twin Keith Hazel motors. Very fast boat, very competitive boat. I think he's keeping a watchful eye on everybody. He knows he's got the speed. He's got the harness and drives on it, and they're working very well for him. Bobby is a very tough competitor, and I think he's running a very smart race at this point in time, just keeping everyone in check. Charge at Cougar, which is a 32-foot active catamaran driven by Bob Kierig. He's doing very, very well. He's in the 4-boat race. We're heading down toward turnboat 6 on the big St. Clair lap for the M boats. He's looking good. Boats seem to be just pacing themselves. They're well spared apart, but still in striking distance. Every one of them has got a very good chance. What's interesting in the M class is we've got 2 monohulls leading to catamarans. We've got Seahawk and Still Crazy running neck and neck. I think they've spotted turnboat number 6. All right, here we are at turn number 6. Still Crazy making the turn with the Seahawk boat following. Bobby Shear and Sheer Terror. Beautiful sight as we round turn number 6 on their final lake lap. Dead in the water with the hatches up is the Popeye boat. Doesn't seem to be any hull damage. They've got one engine running and seem to be checking out the other. Whatever happened apparently was a spin out here at turn number 6. They haven't solved their problem. Of course, well behind. What a shame for Al Copeland and Dos Royce. Here we are with the S-17 Seahawk boat. Gus Falcon, Willie Falcon. They look very good. We're running toward check boat number 8 on their final lake lap. We don't see what contention they're in right now. I believe they're running either second or third. I'm not quite sure. This is a 31-foot Seahawk hull with 2 KS&W motors. Very fast monohull. Seems to like this water, well trimmed. We've got a real race going here. This is the M class, and we've now passed turnboat 7 to turnboat 8. We've got classically 2 catamarans roughing it out there with 2 monohulls. The Still Crazy boat driven by Dick Fulham from Springfield, Mass., the 30-foot Velocity in the lead and closing the gap on a couple of the S-boats. These boats are really moving along. Surprisingly enough, the M111 boat, Still Crazy, is really performing well, where you'd think traditionally these catamarans could just run away from them, but doesn't seem to be the case. Of course, Bobby Shear may be playing a little cat and mouse here. Maybe he thinks he has the speed. We are coming up to check boat number 8. And these fellows are all doing a great job. The Seahawk boat, M1. Always a tough competitor. Keeping a watchful eye on the boats in front. Sal Magluta. 31-foot Seahawk, two twin KS&W motors, doing a great job. Trimmed all the way out, got the tabs up, and moving. That's a beautiful ride for a monohull. Sal, you're doing a great job. Now we've got a interesting cat race going on here. Running, it appears to be second and third. We've got Still Crazy, the 30-foot Velocity, racing it out with Bobby Shear and Sheer Terror. Both boats are now coming up to and approaching turnboat number 8. From here, it's a run all the way home. They appear to be running neck and neck and watching each other very closely. Bobby Shear, Sheer Terror, has got harness and drives on it. It's a flight marine boat. Both boats looking very well. Bobby doing just a little bit more chine walking than the Cougar boat, but still staying neck and neck with each other and running at very good speed. It looks like the Still Crazy boat, which was running in first place, has just stopped. Something has happened. And here come Bobby Shear and the Cougar boat coming right by him. Very frustrating. Just hundreds of yards in front of turnboat number 8. So now the two cats are running up ahead, and here comes Sal Magluta in the Seahawk boat. Boy, they've got the helmets off. They're popping the hood up. What in the world's happening? They've been leading this thing all the way around. Looking very, very good. Here we are 100 yards from turnboat number 8.
Crap in the water.
Turnboat number 8. Now the Cougar boat, M555, which was running in second place, is down in the water. Here we are with the Bandit boat, P83. Sonny Resser from Dallas, Texas, leading the P class, doing one heck of a job with 3 Mercury outboards. This is a new hull design and concept for offshore boat racing. Obviously a very fast boat. Look at it run on those 3 points aft. It's got the 2 runners, and appears it's a combination hull design that's simulating the catamarans with the 2 outside runners, if you will, and the monohull in the center. It traps air between the monohull section and those sponsons, giving the boat some lift. And look at it, it's riding in the last 3 feet of the boat, and it's doing extremely well. And this has got to be his kind of water. Now leading the P class. M8 Behaven, 28-foot Pantera. This is David Fetter from St. Clair Shores, hometown. Having a lot of fun out here. Takes a look at us, gives us a big wave. He's having a ball. We're now heading toward turnboat 9. From turnboat 9, we head into the lake for the finish line. There's American Spirit, S83, heading for turnboat number 9. Dick Carlson in red in there. This boat has been on the circuit for many years. A very, very tough competitor. This is a 27-foot Magnum. Red Crane and Dick Carlson putting it through its old tricks. S99, the Blue Max, with Crystal Gershner following the American Spirit boat, heading back in to the Detroit River. P14 Cougar, the 27-foot Cougar Cat with twin Mercury outboards. This boat being driven by Steve Curtis. Steve is from Fair Oaks, England, and from the famous Cougar family. Heading under the bridge for that final mile or two run toward the finish line in Class 1. They've done a hell of a job. They are moving. George Morales, Bobby Idoni, Fava Shoes number 13, coming up for their first open victory. They have 1 second place. This is going to give them 700 points, and very, very exciting. Boat looks good, running very, very fast. On their final dash to the finish line here at Hart Plaza at the Renaissance Center in downtown Detroit. George Morales, Bobby Idoni, Faber Shoes, a very lucky 13. How was it out there?
Very good. It was smooth, but it was a good race.
Good. I noticed you're running in third place when you were coming in on that first lap. Was that all strategy?
Well, part of it, that was Bob.
Good.
Bob
Good.
King.
Bobby, how did it look to you out there?
Perfect. Perfect. The water was right. After the start of the race, we passed the fleet about 3 times, then backed off. I knew I had speed on all the boats, and then we just sat where we wanted to be. And
a very, very good deserved victory. You ran in that third position, wound out in that number 1 position. Let's see, that puts you with 700 points now.
right.
Who is that guy with 800 points in front of that?
I think it's this guy. It's this guy standing right over here.
Bobby Scher and Gary Jeffries, the winner of Class 3, 3 in a row. Can you stand it?
I hope so. I'm just trying to follow in your footsteps.
Beautiful. How was it out there?
It was really nice. It was cat water for sure.
Well, you fellas looked very good. You were running extremely well. Was there any real moments of problems at all?
Not really. The V-bottoms, there was 2 V-bottoms out there today that were running exceptionally well, and we were able to hang in there, and just when we made our move, we had the speed and we came on in.
Well, that's fantastic. You've got yourself 800 points?
1,200.
1,200, excuse me, 3 for this season. That is unbelievable, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Tony.
Right.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you. Well, this looks like the first national race for a Triton victory, and what better than P number 83. Sonny Reisner, how was that victory?
Well, sweet, I'll tell you that. That was a great race. A lot of fun.
Anything close to you while you were going?
Yeah, for about half the race, we were running neck and neck with Black Duck, and then as we started to spill off fuel and burn off fuel, we just kept getting faster and faster, and turned around after a while, they were gone.
What'd you think about it?
Well, it was great. Mercury's been doing all the work on the engines for us, and they did a super job, and the boat just ran perfect. Everything was perfect for a change.
It really did look good. The attitude was good. You're running on 3 points there. We got some great footage of it. Congratulations again for a well-fought victory.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ken Squire, filling in for the vacationing Dave Despain. We have a jam-packed show with everything from offshore powerboats in Detroit and the 24 Hours of Le Mans to the 60th year of motorcycle road racing in New Hampshire. The American Powerboat Association's Offshore division was in Detroit this past Wednesday for the Stroh Signature Cup, and it marked the end of Tony Garcia's amazing 6-race win streak. 42 offshore racers went to Detroit for the midweek affair. The open class was up for grabs since leader Garcia had no boat. Smooth waters made it a lightning-fast race with speeds upwards of 100 miles an hour. Tom Gentry and his 38-foot Cougar catamaran Michelob Light forged to the front, chased by Jose Rodriguez in an identical boat, the Collection, up there on the outside. When early contender Al Copeland and his boat Popeye spun out, it was an omen of things to come. All the leaders broke on the last lap, leaving George Morales and APBA out front. Morales teamed with veteran Bob Idoni to take his first series win, and he talked about his strategy after the event.
After the start of the race, we passed the fleet about 3 times, then backed off. I knew I had speed on all the boats, and then we just sat where we wanted to be.
For Morales, it was his first offshore win, while Mike Drury and his outboard-powered Innovation came home second. In the Pro Stock race, Sonny Reeser won in his boat, Bandit. This new hull, called a Triton, could change the face of Pro Stock class in the near future. Here's a look at all the class winners. Butch Ryan takes his 3rd straight win in sports class. In modifieds, Bobby Shear held off Sal Magluta for the 3rd time to win. Shear and Ryan each hold commanding point leads in their classes. Well, that's it for this edition of Motor Week Illustrated. As we leave, we want to put you in the passenger seat for a trip into the heart of endurance racing, down the famous Mulsanne Strait at Le Mans at 230 miles per hour. Thank you for being a part of Motor Week Illustrated.
Production assistance and some travel arrangements made through Eastern Airlines, America's favorite way to fly. This summer, come to a magic kingdom with Eastern, the official airline of Walt Disney World. And Honda, the builders of the ultimate superbike for the street, the incredible V45 Interceptor. And by Bell, more racers have won more races wearing Bell helmets than any other helmet in the world. Bell, worn by the best. Illustrated was brought to you by Firestone Tire, where we're building radial tires street legal, competition tough, and proving it every week in the nation's toughest motorsports action. Firestone, the word's getting around.